Rena Sofer explained that it's highly possible Lois did not keep the secret of Brook Lynn and Dante's child to herself. It wasn't too long ago that Lois' family didn't want to clue her in on the secret about Drew and Willow's affair on General Hospital because she couldn't be trusted to keep it. Prior to that, she blabbed to Sunny that Nina was the one who turned Carly and Drew into the SEC. But who knew that Lois could keep a secret when it really counted? For decades, she's been sitting on the knowledge that Brook Lynn had a baby when she was in high school. Not only does Dante not know that he's the father, but absolutely no one knows that Gio is their son. Or is there someone who does know? Sofer discussed the storyline with Soap Opera Digest and recalled Lois originally left Port Charles with Brook Lynn Amanda Seton because of all the lies and deceit that permeated the Quartermaine family. She explained that although Lois felt all high and mighty for being an honest person, the secret about her grandchild has caused her to realize she's been living on that high horse for quite a long time. And now she's going to have to deal with the fact that she isn't on that horse anymore. Sofer argued that the lie was to protect her daughter and grandchild. But when the outlet asked her how she felt about Lois not revealing the secret to anybody, she coyly teased, "Lois didn't tell anyone." We don't know that. Lois and Olivia Lisa Lo Cicero have been close friends since forever. And it's well within the realm of possibility that she shared the secret with her bestie. The only argument against that is that Olivia is Dante's mother and would have wanted her son to know about the pregnancy. Sofer further noted that, in a soap opera, a storyline about a secret usually involves a couple of people, not much more. She said that on GH, she loves how this tale brings multiple characters together. She also praised the writers and executive producer Frank Valentini for the refreshing nature of the storyline's mechanics. However, the eventual reveal is going to have far-reaching repercussions. Sofer explained why the fallout from it is not going to be good. That reveal is going to be the worst, she stated, adding, "Lying to Ned Wally Kurth and Olivia and Brook Lynn and Dante Dominic Sopragna is one thing. But lying to this boy that Lois helped grow up, that's a completely different thing." Lois Chirulo Rena Sofer has some explaining to do on General Hospital. Viewers have been slowly getting what life was like with Brook Lynn Quartermaine Amanda Seton and Bensonhurt, back when she was a teen, and having her childhood friend Dante Falconeri's Dominic Zamprogna baby, who unbeknownst to his parents, but known to Lois, is none other than Bielcu's cousin Gio Giovanni Mazza. Lois portrayer Sofer spoke to Soap Opera Digest. Rena Sofer: "What's interesting to me is that Lois left Port Charles because she did not want to raise her daughter with the lies and deception of the Quartermaines. She's been living on that high horse for quite a long time. And now she's going to have to deal with the fact that she isn't on that horse anymore. You can go back in time and have the understanding that we make choices as parents that we think are really good. But once everything plays out, it's like, that probably wasn't the smartest move. That what's going to happen with Lois? She only meant to care for her child, and the child her child had. It was not malicious." What does Sofer think about Lois keeping this huge secret? And does Bielcu's dad Ned Wally Kurth have any idea about this? How do you feel about Lois's decision to keep the baby in the Chirulo family and not tell anyone? Lois didn't tell anyone. We don't know that. Oh, good one. Where's Brook Lynn's father Ned in all this? Ned's place is coming. It's going to be Ned and Olivia, Lisa Lo Cicero, and Sunny, Maurice Bernard and Dante and Tracy Jane Elliott, that are all going to have a say in the story. It plays out very slowly. Here's Lois, the perfect, "I never do anything wrong and I don't want to be part of a family that's so malicious and horrible." And yet there's no doubting that her decisions in this, while not meant with any evil intent, did not turn out like that. Ruro: "Sounds like Lois is going to find herself in the hot seat. So what's next on the horizon for the Brooklynite?" Sofer hinted. Someone comes to Port Charles and the story around that causes Brook Lynn to become really angry at Lois. But it turns out that what Brook Lynn is mad about isn't even the main thing. So I'm like, get ready. After months of speculation, General Hospital fans now know for sure that Brook Lynn had a baby as a teen, and that baby grew up to be Gio Palmieri, the young man who has been living with the Quartermaines since last summer. However, that information is still a closely guarded secret in Port Charles. So far, It seems like only 4 people know that Brook Lynn Amanda Seton became pregnant in high school and gave the baby up for adoption. Brook Lynn and Lois were the only 2 keeping this secret at first, but now Brook Lynn has told her husband Chase Josh Swickard. Meanwhile, Lois told Marty Michael E. Knight so he could legally help her keep the adoption closed. Brook Lynn has no idea that Gio is her son and thinks he is a distant family cousin who grew up in their old Brooklyn neighborhood. But does someone else also know? In an interview with Soap Opera Digest, Rena Sofer was asked how she felt about Lois' choice to keep the baby close with a private adoption and then never tell anyone. Lois didn't tell anyone. We don't know that, Sofer teased. That leaves us to wonder who Lois did tell, and we think we know the answer to that mystery. It's not lost on us that Sonny Maurice Bernard has taken a keen interest in Gio, his education, and his life in general. It always seemed strange that Sonny would bankroll the college education of a kid he doesn't really know. But what if he is aware that Gio is his grandson? Lois might have told Sonny the truth because Dante Dominic Zamprogna is his son, but surely she wouldn't have told him when Gio was born. Sonny didn't even know that he was Dante's dad until Dante arrived in Port Charles as an adult in 2009. Perhaps Lois called up her Bensonhurst pal and let him in on the fact that he had a grandson back in the old neighborhood. General Hospital has already taken some liberties with timelines and history, as Brook Lynn and Dante were never supposed to be the same age until recently. However, Sofer is willing to suspend disbelief to play out this story. I don't care about the math, because how many times have we seen someone have a baby on a soap and 3 years later they come back, and they're a teenager? Sofer asked. When you're a recurring character who comes back to a show, it's so fortunate to not be in the serving coffee part of the action. I'm part of a really great, interesting story that I can believe. I get to have a real say in this story, and that's exciting. Someone comes to Port Charles, and the story around that causes Brook Lynn to become really angry at Lois, she said. It turns out that what Brook Lynn is mad about isn't even the main thing. So I'm like, get ready. Sofer did drop one more nugget about what we can expect to see in the near future.